What up? Fubo Sports Network airing it out. I'm on my phone looking at how the hell did Usain Bolt lose all his money? We gonna get to that, but that's what I was doing on my phone. I was reading this article that Usain been swindled pretty much for $10 million and he has supposedly $2,000 left in his account as a result of this financial fraud. I will continue to look at this as we go on. We're going to get into that at the end of the show because this is unbelievable. But welcome in. Airing it out, myself, Orlando Scandrick. We've had some great football the last 3 days.
I got the glasses on, not because I had a long night. Because it's Tuesday. It's been a long week. But, Housh, have you ever watched so much football and been like so emotionally invested at the end of the day you tired?
A little bit. You watched that one game yesterday. You shouldn't have been that. They showed early on, like, we're going to make this easy.
Listen, I'm a Cowboy at heart. We all know that. And after watching that Charger game, them four, when they scored, they made it 6-24. I said, if they get this extra point,
so when they couldn't make an extra point, were you like, bruh?
Hell yeah.
Cowboys-Bucs reaction, like,
the Bucs they who we thought they are. The O-line is mixed and matched. Jensen played his first game of the season. Tom's just not mobile at all. He can't.
Never been mobile.
A little bit. But right now, he's a statue right now. But not taking anything away from him, but they don't really have a running game.
That's the key that, to me, is the reason they struggle offensively is Tom Brady threw the ball 66 times, I believe. 66 pass attempts, and your quarterback is 45. They're not able to run the ball effectively, so the entirety of the game is on Brady. Please go win this game. Brady should have probably thrown it, let's say max his age, 45. So that's 21 more run attempts. If they do that,
but they don't really have an offense that's like structured. Like they run one back power.
Well, okay. Well, how did Leonard Fournette get the nickname Playoff Lenny then? He had to be running for something.
I mean, they did run the ball. I mean, they can run the ball, but they don't have a running style. You know, like when Tom was with the Patriots later in his career, they would switch up and they would run two back, and I think Tom just looked extremely frustrated.
Do you, reports as we're doing this show say Leftwich may be gone? Do you believe he needs to be?
Yes.
Really?
I mean, I just feel like
he was calling the plays when y'all won the Super Bowl, so now he can't call plays now all of a sudden?
Running back has never worked. The Chiefs had the slogan running back. What is the other team? The next team had the running back slogan. The Bucs, they tried to run it back. They re-signed.
The Rams?
The Rams tried to. It just never works. Nothing stays the same in this world.
I don't believe Leftwich is at fault, personally.
I don't either, but somebody got to go.
The Bucs are going to take a tremendous step back. So for Leftwich, it's probably not a bad thing if he can get another offensive coordinator position. It's not a bad thing. The Bucs are going to take a huge. If Tom Brady's not the quarterback, the Bucs probably win 4 games this year.
Who's the quarterback, though?
Maybe the backup is Kyle Trask from Florida. He has yet to take a snap.
It's Gabbard, I thought.
It's either, I would assume they're going to go to Kyle Trask. I don't know. Gabbard has kind of shown you throughout his career what he is, but maybe he will be. He'll pull a Geno and, turn it around.
I think this Geno stuff with me and you got misconstrued.
We're going to get into that. We're going to get into that.
Here's the question. What did the Cowboys do well to affect Tom Brady, or was it something wrong within Tom Brady and the Bucs?
It was what we talked about last week. I said, put Micah Parsons on Donovan Smith. You're going to get holding calls or he's going to get a sack. And that pretty much is what happened. And I'm starting to realize, like, these offensive linemen, it's almost impossible for them to block.
Bash the O-lineman?
No, what I'm saying is it's almost impossible for these dudes to block these defensive ends. They're too good. They're big,
too big,
they
too fast, too strong.
And they're strong. And then we going to get lighter offensive linemen that are more athletic. They're just going to get bull rushed.
Well, what the Cowboys do really well on defense is they match up rush. They don't give you the same front.
They get you a one-on-one on somebody.
Yeah, and then with the Bucs, I just looked at them and seeing them play that bear front the whole time and play a single safety, I knew it was only a matter of time before they was not going to be able to hold up.
I mean, it was kind of, first series, Cowboys come out, 3 passes in a row, 3 and out. I'm like, oh, here we go. This is going to be interesting. And then Dak. And I said it last week. I said, really good players, very rarely do they have 2 bad games in a row. If you're a good player, you don't have 2 bad games in a row.
I stand by
and
what
Dak's
I said,
a good
though.
player.
It was lack of focus, I think, for the Commander game. I think
That probably was a blessing in disguise because lack of focus that made that team and Dak focus.
Yeah.
And if you're a really good player, you just go back into history. Very rarely do guys have 2 bad games in a row. And so I knew Dak would play better. I thought he would play better. That's why I thought the Cowboys would win the game. Now, did I think it would be a little more competitive? I did, but the Bucs
haven't scored
they've been bad all year.
though.
Yes.
That's the, like.
Then when they got that onside kick, they probably thought, oh, okay, we have a chance. And
It was the go ball, though. It was.
that was a good throw. Tough catch. That's not a catch
It's a long foul ball.
Yeah, I mean, it was almost close, but no cigar only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
What is up with you and these fucking hand grenades?
If a hand grenade lands close to you, it's gonna tear your ass
bro,
up.
you killing me. You making me lose
There
more
you go.
hair on the top of
Now,
my head.
Tom Brady, what does he do? I say 100% he's done with the Bucs.
Let's get a prediction.
He's not done playing.
Prediction.
What team?
Yeah.
Give me 3 weeks and I'm gonna tell you the exact team.
Don't say 49ers because he is.
I said, let me see how this Super Bowl play out because I got to see what happens. And I'm gonna give you the exact team. I've done this before.
Your fucking call. It's Alex.
No, I don't know who Alex is.
Oh, God.
I've done this before.
This guy.
I'm gonna do it again.
You should lie to your hoes, not your homies. And you're married.
I don't have no
So you
hoes.
shouldn't have no hoes. So you shouldn't be lying.
I mean, I have one hoe, but she
No,
wouldn't
no, no,
classify
no, no.
herself as a hoe. So
You tripping now. Come on,
there
get
we
back
go.
on topic.
So Tom Brady, you believe he's done with the Bucs?
Man, I think he's had a lot going on right now. I think he is done with the Bucs, but I think he has to stay in that. He tries to stay in that central location. From somebody that has children, just to up and say he lives on a different coast than him, it's gonna be a little tough.
Listen, I was talking to some quarterbacks today, and we were talking about Brady, and they all were like, "There's no way I get a divorce and lose my family and I don't play another season." They told me this today.
All the motherfuckers was single, huh?
Now they not married; they have girlfriends.
They
but
all was single.
there's no way you lose your family, whether it's over football or not. You're not losing your family in retiring. You're going to go one more season just out of spite, like, shit, we going to go another one. First round of the playoffs, eliminated. Very below average regular season. And you lost your family? Nah, I gotta run this. I
What
gotta
if
run
you
it
just
back.
get the family back, Go back.
That ship is sailed. They move on. She's moved on. He's moved on. It is what it is.
Sometimes you gotta spin the block.
He don't want to. He may not want to.
Man, I ain't getting in that man personal.
So
I
Brady is done with the Bucs, but I believe 100% he'll play for another team next year.
What are the options?
I think he'll have a handful of teams.
Dolphins.
The Dolphins being one, but they have come out and said Tua's going to be their quarterback.
So you've
But I
never seen
believe
the
if
team
Brady
lie
is
before?
available,
Never seen a team lie before.
yeah. But if Brady is available, they'll look into that.
Okay, who else?
Possibly the Raiders, possibly the Niners. But if Brock Purdy continues to play how he's playing, that's not a possibility. Brock Purdy is playing well.
Do you think that he's gonna have to wait because he ain't the first domino to fall no more?
You think Aaron Rodgers is?
Yes.
I think he may be the first domino because, one, he's still playing well, but he's a free agent. Aaron Rodgers, there's trade compensation that comes with that, such a high base salary. It's too much that comes with that. So I believe Brady will be the first option just because it's a freer and it's an easier option.
Bro, a 47-year-old quarterback is wild.
46.
He's gonna be 47, isn't he?
I think 40. He's 45 right now. He'll be 46.
That is wild, bro.
But Brady has shown if you can protect him, the Raiders have a
can't
good.
fucking
The Raiders
protect
have
nobody.
The Raiders O-line isn't
Okay.
that bad.
Can somebody pull
The
up how many
Niners have
sacks
a good O-line.
the Raiders gave up?
Yeah, but a lot of sacks can be quarterback
But
related
Ni-
when you're holding
the
on
Niners
to the
do
ball.
have a good O-line, but everything they do is based off of deception.
And so that's why I don't know if he's a fit with the Niners, just because they want their quarterbacks to get outside the pocket, a lot of the play action. But he's Tom Brady. He gonna have options.
I mean, you can sign Tom Brady just to sign him, just to put seats in.
Tennessee's an option, but I don't know. Now, when you say Tennessee and you look and you say, that's a division that's winnable. But when you really look,
It's not.
it's really not. That's the Jags division. I'm telling you right now. Calvin Ridley come back to the Jaguars or come back. He'll play with the Jaguars next year. They're going to be a completely different. You can't stop Calvin Ridley one-on-one. No DB is shutting Calvin Ridley down. So now the Jags and Trevor Lawrence are going to have a true receiver that can win one-on-one.
Yeah.
They gonna be deadly. Trevor Lawrence and the Jags gonna be the shit next year because Calvin Ridley is just that good of a receiver. So you look and say, oh, I can go to Tennessee and win this division. Not so fast because of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I just feel like the Dolphins, they're built to win right now. And I feel like it's gotta happen. And this is the time right now. You're putting them in a division where the Jets, they don't have a quarterback as currently constructed.
Just the Bills.
Yeah, and I mean, they're up and down.
And Patriots are ass, so it's really just the Bills.
Damn, you sure know how to kick a man when they're down.
I'm not kicking them when they're down. They just not there.
I'm just fucking with you.
I could be wrong. Is Bill Belichick 27-27?
Yes.
Without Brady, he average. Yeah. With Brady, he's extremely above average. And so, that's how it is.
Here's a team out of left field, the Rams.
No. They're tied to Stafford.
They haven't picked up the option.
They're picking that option up. Like, I don't think
What is the option? Somebody?
Like, they pick up an option, guarantees them like $30 million.
So they gave him a contract extension with 1 year guarantee?
No. It was to pick up this option, guarantees more guarantees.
So he already had guarantee right now?
Yeah.
$26 million option.
Yeah.
And what does he make next year?
It would guarantee him 31.
Yeah, it's like a 62. They pick up this option, it's like 62 more.
I'm gonna start doing my own research. I know y'all don't like me doing my phone. But I'm gonna start doing my own research.
I don't think Brady's an option for the Rams because you already have Stafford. He understands the system. He's younger.
And who else?
He's won a Super Bowl. And the Rams are they're in a rebuild, so to speak. They're in a rebuild. They can't win as the roster is constructed now. They're not gonna win, so he wants to win. So you got to go to a team that you think can win, that has weapons. The Raiders, they have that. The 49ers, they have that. The Dolphins, they have that. Tennessee, they have a good run game, pretty good offensive line. But do they have the guys on the outside of Traylon Burks? Who else do they have? Do you guys know? Their other receiver is Robert Woods.
Yeah, and then
don't know who the tight end is.
The tight end is Swain. He came from Dallas, my homeboy. Jeff Swain, Texas. Put some respect on this shit.
You would only know that because he came from the Cowboys.
He's been in the league about 9 years.
And so I would say those are the three teams for Tom Brady. But he will be playing football. So now let's go into the debacle.
The San Diego Superchargers. They're San Diego Chargers.
They were San Diego. They weren't LA.
They're gonna be fucking
that was
the Rialto
27.
Chargers.
The Rialto Chargers.
Yeah.
That was 27-0. And then it comes out this morning that Lombardi, the offensive coordinator, has been fired. And I'm like,
I'm gonna give you a conspiracy theorist though. That's Sean Payton, homeboy. So let's just dead all this rumor. And you get
because I literally thought this was my thinking. Sean Payton comes in. It's a seamless transition for Herbert. You don't have to learn the offense, the verbiage. Everything is the same or somewhat similar. They were up 27-0. The last I checked, defense got to bring that game home. And Staley's a defensive guy.
Last time that I checked.
Do the Chargers want to win?
No.
Whether it's Lombardi's fault or not, when you're up 27-0, the defense needs to bring this game home.
I'm going to tell you something that's even...
And I picked the Jags.
I'm going to tell you something that's even crazier. Pull up Tom Telesco's record in 10 years. And before the season, he said a general manager should be... I'd say I did my homework this time.
Okay.
He said a general manager should be judged off of wins and losses.
79 and 83.
Okay. And how many playoff appearances?
Appearances?
Yeah, 3 appearances, right? In 10 years.
How many wins?
2.
And this is the thing, though. When Sean Payton comes into town, he come into town in charge. Mm-hmm. So Telesco may not want Sean Payton in town because now Telesco going to lose his job or possibly lose his influence.
Bro, Staley should have got fired off for paying his fucking starters. The only other person that I know that would have played their starters in a meaningless game is David Pagan.
And this is the thing. If you...
And he didn't win no fucking games this year.
If you look... they did lose. They did go defeated, huh? Just for y'all that watching, David Pagan coached the football team and they didn't win the game this year.
He spent the first half of the season like, TJ, how do I... He was on the back like, how do I get him?
I was helping them because we've never lost my team that I coach with my son.
Watch out scrimmage.
That's a good one.
That's a scrimmage.
No, they wouldn't be fair. That wouldn't be fair.
They said he's just trying to get kids to show up. He like, I can't even get no parents to bring snacks. Kids don't show up.
I just feel like it was perfect for the Chargers to get a proven coach with a proven quarterback that for the next 10 to 12 years can really cause damage in the AFC. Now, coming back,
I didn't like it. I just didn't like it because the Chargers are just underachievers.
big time. This is the problem. Brandon Staley, he plays nobody in the preseason. Maybe he got that from McVay when he was with the Rams. They didn't do it. Meaningless games. They're meaningless. I get it. Don't play them. But then you play guys in a meaningless game, although it's the regular season and not the preseason, and Mike Williams gets hurt, and he breaks bones in his back. And if I'm not, they didn't say this, but I guarantee it's the transverse process. Mm-hmm. I had that happen to me.
Me too.
But I'm a different breed. I ain't miss a game.
Mike Thomas already had back problems, though.
Mike Williams. I didn't miss a game, but that shit is painful.
Don't be one of them dudes like, yeah, young blood, I was at one
one but
elbow.
Everybody's pain tolerance is different. I had 3 of them.
I'm not going to question.
And what I'm saying is, you don't play them in meaningless games if you're not doing it.
Staley has just proven that he is incompetent. Just the amount of times he goes for it. He doesn't play the Raiders for the tie.
And this is the sad part, is from what we've seen, all we can go off of is what he's shown us. It's going to be more the same next year. And they're going to be looking for a coach, and Sean Payton going to have a team. Now what you going to do?
I also think that it's time for Herbert to turn the corner. Like, you can't be Jekyll and Hyde for that long.
But this is the thing, though, like, players got to get it done.
Yeah.
But football is the ultimate team sport.
I agree.
Like, if these play calls are terrible, it's only so much you can do. It's only so much you can do.
There's no play that he called in his helmet that he says, trips right, 525, throw the shit over Keenan's head. Like,
Listen, now, they had all those turnovers. First play of the game, Trevor Lawrence throws interception.
Yeah.
We're going to get into Trevor Lawrence in a minute.
Resilient.
But 4 interceptions in the first half. And the Jags defense did a hell of a job holding them to field goals. That kept them in the game. If Mike Williams is playing, red zone, 6'4", best 50-50 receiver in the league, they get at least 2 touchdowns out of that.
Let's just go even
2
further.
field goals.
Have you ever seen a team have 4 turnovers and lose?
The team that has 4 turnovers pretty much loses, I'm going to guess, and say 80% of the time.
The Chargers is just that the shit that they did was like,
but
that's fireable though. That's cultural.
Think about this though. If Mike Williams is playing those red zone possessions, I'm going to say at least a couple of them end in touchdowns instead of field goals. And so that decision right there,
so
it
now
really cost you.
If Dicker the kicker makes the 40-yard kick, they win.
We're not worried about that. You were up 27-0. You can't put that on the kicker. But I know when you're getting stopped in the red zone and your best red zone receiver, the best red zone receiver in the league isn't playing because you had him playing in a meaningless game,
but if
that's a decision you made
but
as a
if
coach.
we expected
that was
this from any coach, what coach would it be?
I wouldn't have expected it from him because you don't play your players in meaningless games. That's the precedent you set.
I'm starting to think these coaches don't give a fuck. I don't want to jump off subject, but my man Kingsbury booked a one-way ticket to Thailand.
Shit, he gonna enjoy this money and them women out there. I guess he must know something. Everybody, I don't know.
It's like you work so hard as a player, and I don't want to be like you work so hard as a player, then they get a coach that ain't never won shit in his life and give him $37.5 million guaranteed.
He set. So he going to Thailand and then going to enjoy that $37.5 million.
Bless his heart.
So I'm surprised at what the Chargers did. Now Justin Herbert, you got to learn a new system, new verbiage, and you'll learn it, but it's not going to be where it's like the back of your hand where shit just flows. You're going to be thinking about certain things, and so.
But at the end of the day, whoever the new coach is needs to do the things that Justin Herbert does well. Like, let him do the things that he does well.
Now, this is the thing, though.
Don't Russell Wilson him.
This is the thing. If you're a really good OC, are you taking that job knowing if you guys lose, you fired? Now you got to uproot your family again.
Hell yeah, 3-year contract.
But you
go to Thailand for 2.
But if you're a really good OC, you're thinking, okay, we're gonna be good.
What's
But
a really good OC though? Like what's? Like,
I don't know. I don't know what name he may be thinking. But this is the thing. Like when guys get fired, they get fired. But that's your kids, your wife, your family. They get fired as well. And so a lot of guys don't want to put their families in that situation, knowing that Staley is on the hot seat.
Is he on the hot seat though? Like, I don't even.
100. He didn't fire Lombardi because he wanted to. He was forced to fire Lombardi. So this was fire Lombardi or you get fired.
But this is my thing.
Okay, Lombardi, you got to go.
I spent some time at Charger practice when I was joint practicing against the Cowboys. You know, Staley didn't spend any time with the defense. He spent all his time with the offense. He's a former quarterback.
Yeah.
So I think that we look and think everything is not as it appears on the TV. He's a former quarterback. He's got his head. All of them times they're going for it or fourth, like he's a former quarterback. And I know
that at John Carroll, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and I just think, you know, sometimes like ships sail. It's time for a divorce there.
If an offensive coordinator that has options, he may not want this job because he knows if he has children, they're gonna come here for a year. Now we got to move again.
Yeah.
And your wife ain't going for people don't realize that you come home and the season ain't going right. Told your ass you shouldn't have taken this job. Now we get fired. You about to argue with your wife.
That's
and you don't now. You ain't winning. Then you come home and you ain't winning. So it's like, fuck, I don't even want to go home now because I'm about to hear this.
That's why I never got into coaching though. You know?
And so that's the biggest thing that people don't think about, that coaches get fired, but families get fired. And so now they're out on a limb. But Trevor Lawrence, 4 picks in the first half, came back in the second half like a champ. I think resilient.
That game is a career-changing moment. I mean,
100%.
Like, I seen some shit on Instagram when they were showing he's not very energetic. And somebody was like, man, Trevor Lawrence couldn't motivate me to take a fucking to make a sandwich or some shit like that. But he's a winner, man. I look at him and he's got winning culture and he's just calm. He always looks the same.
Hey, y'all know Trevor Lawrence has never in his life lost a game on Saturday.
Nice cool call.
Never in his life lost a game on Saturday. Wait, they play this Saturday.
Wait a minute.
So it's gonna get real interesting.
They never lost at Clemson on Saturday?
He only lost in the CFP, which was
College football playoff. It was a Monday. He's never lost a game on a
Saturday.
Saturday.
See your water over there, man.
And so
shit.
It's
Put my lip on.
Now the odds aren't in his favor, but that's a hell of a stat. And the way that they played once they got that touchdown just before halftime, I said, maybe we got a game here. And they just kept going.
I'm about to throw
they
you off
never
right
gave
now.
up.
Throw you off. Who the coach of the Jags?
Peterson.
Where he came from?
Andy Reid.
He knows Andy Reid like the back of his head. I think this game is gonna be tougher than people think because
they played
now
earlier in the season and
we
it
about
was a
to
good game.
see the effect of not having a motherfucker run through double teams and just letting it fly. Because if you think about the Super Bowl, 2 big corner routes, let it fly. Sammy Watkins on the backside, they don't have that. I'm not saying the Chiefs are gonna lose by any stretch.
They don't have that one play
Yeah.
deep threat that they had with Tyreek Hill and other guys.
They can't sleepwalk because the Jags playing with House's money. They playing with House's.
They supposed to be at home and
They playing with House's money.
The Jags, the future for them is bright, but the AFC is it's so loaded with great quarterbacks, and all of them are under 26, 27 years old. All of them.
How is Trevor Lawrence ever going to make a Pro Bowl? Who does he knock out?
The Pro Bowl is a bunch of BS.
But who does he knock out, though? Burrow? No. His whole career is his window.
Mahomes?
No.
Josh Allen?
God damn. You got to just hope one of them makes it to the Super Bowl and you get to be first alternate.
Yeah, right. But that, and we ain't even say Herbert. We ain't even bring Herbert up. That's this AFC is so loaded and they're young. The next 10 years still gonna be playing at a high level but young.
The quarterbacks that we're saying that are super elite, Josh Allen took a step back, we all agree, because Debo was gone.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he take a step back. His decision making isn't as fluid in as we would like. I would say that his decision making is not is where it was with Dable.
So yeah, and then Doug Peterson's a hell of a coach. He
Doug
got the
Peterson,
fucking whole league running Philly special.
The whole league, he got all the football across every level.
What game was that we just watched? Was that the Vikings who tried to do the shit on 3rd and 1?
Nah, it was who? Somebody ran.
It was the Vikings, I think.
Was it the college football playoff too, where somebody ran Philly special? But everybody's running it. Doug Peterson.
He a hell of a coach.
Because Doug Peterson, he doesn't have, like, if I say who's the Jags' go-to receiver, who is it?
Zay Jones, maybe
We don't know. And so once I will say their go-to receiver really is Evan Ingram.
Bro, that's
a tight end.
That's a big, like, Evan Ingram has gotten back to being the guy.
Evan Ingram is cold. He nice, bro. Yeah. Evan Ingram plays the position of tight end. He's fast as damn near every receiver in the league, and he's bigger than all of them.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be a really good game. But what the Jags did in a way, you know how easy it would have been for Trevor Lawrence to be like, fuck, I suck, man. Wow, hope I'll be better next year. You know how easy it would have been to do that. And he just kept the chip away. There's no 27-point play, so we got to score 7, get a stop. Score 7 again, get a stop.
Oh, you know how many you got? You literally got to score on every possession to overcome a 21.
But that defense they manned up, because that defense, every turnover, manned up, shut them down 3 points, shut them down 3 points.
Yeah.
Second half, pretty much shut them down, held them to a field goal. So that defense doesn't get a ton of credit because it's Trevor Lawrence, but that defense is really, really
Should
good.
Be.
Really good.
Motherfuckers picked in the top 10.
They do have a lot of top draft.
Who's the guy that wears, and I don't even shouldn't be saying this because he's really fucking good, but I haven't been paying attention. The linebacker.
It's Josh Allen.
I know him.
Oh, that's the linebacker came from the Falcons, Oluquan.
Oh, okay, I know it is.
Yeah. Fast as hell.
And big and strong.
Yeah, he's fast.
The front is incredible. And then they take Rashad Jenkins, who said, I was talented when I was in LA. I just wasn't a pro.
Yep.
Now I'm a pro.
So, Trevor Lawrence in his performance, obviously we'll see. Would you say, in your opinion, he's top 5, 6 quarterback in the league now?
I don't like rating people, man, because
what
I've learned though, like after leaving the game, is like when you rate somebody, you automatically put somebody else down.
We're not putting in. When you compare people, you put somebody else down. When you rate them, you don't.
His trajectory is top 5. He's not top 5 right this second.
I actually agree with that.
I know somebody that's the worst youth flag football coach on the fucking planet. If he got a vote, he would have voted him MVP.
Of what? Trevor Lawrence? Really?
He's my MVP.
Because he did more with less? Is that what you're thinking?
Most valuable player. You take that player out of a team, off a team, what happens to that team?
I don't know. They was 3-14 when he won it last year.
I mean, but this is the thing. If you take Trevor Lawrence
you
off
asked
the
me a
Jags,
question and now
they're
you
not in
changed
the
the
playoffs.
goalpost.
You take Mahomes off the Chiefs, they're not in the playoffs.
The fucking
you take
no,
Joe
no,
Burrow off
Stop.
the Bengals,
Stop
they're
it.
not in the playoffs.
The Chiefs was winning division titles before Mahomes took over.
You take Mahomes off the Chiefs right now, they're not in the playoffs.
Well,
you take
obviously,
Josh
you
Allen
just
off the
fucking got to
Bills,
replace it with somebody.
they're not in the playoffs.
That's like saying you take your dick out off your body, you're not a man. Got to replace it with something.
This guy. You can replace him with whoever that quarterback is. Who's the backup in
That's why I need a
Kansas City?
I need a bathroom break.
Who's it? Chad Henne. You think Chad Henne's leading the Chiefs to the playoffs?
No, they went to the playoffs with Matt Castle.
You think right now they're not?
He's a backup.
They're not.
They would have got an adequate. I'm not doing this.
You have a point that the Jags would not be in the playoffs without him. But
where were they last year?
The majority of these teams that are good, they lose their quarterback, they're not in the playoffs. Cincinnati for sure is not in the playoffs without Burrow.
Man, that's it.
The Bills aren't in the playoffs without Josh
Burrow
Allen.
was fucking impressive, man.
So
they was in the playoffs with Tyrod Taylor, Geno Smith Sr.
When?
Look it up.
The Bills?
Yeah.
No. I'm talking the Bills winning playoff games. Like,
they beat the Ravens, didn't they?
Win playoff games. Sean McDermott
is
one of the most underrated coaches
tell all of our
in the
fans
league.
that I came to work today thinking that we were gonna just have a nice conversation and I told him that I lost my wallet. I couldn't pay him today. He was very understanding.
He still owe me money.
He was very understanding.
I got to start charging him interest. Get that.
He was very understanding, and now he just has become very argumentative.
They didn't SSL your ass?
No.
They like, what is that?
No.
Yeah, look it up.
You're crazy.
So, the Jags, man, Trevor Lawrence, the way they fought, unreal. Chargers, I don't know what they thinking. Hopefully they can turn it around, but Staley going to have to change his ways. What coordinator are they going to get that's going to put his family in that situation? That's what people don't realize.
Somebody with a family that's hungry?
It'll be a coordinator that's desperate, and hopefully that desperation can lead to him doing or calling the right plays at the right time. Ravens-Bengals.
Hold on, no. How do we get through all of this with... Is it possible that we could just take a breather?
We don't need a break. We're grown men.
Kids
have recess.
You don't give me a bladder
lunch break.
Give me a bladder infection.
We don't need that. We don't need
bladder.
recess.
You don't give me a bladder infection, bro.
You're all right, bro.
Go ahead, bro.
We don't need that. So Bengals-Ravens, many know I was at the game. That environment, that atmosphere that they have now in Cincinnati is second to none, man. Unbelievable. But that game was a lot closer than I thought it would be. It really was, and I'll never forget this. Like, you don't forget certain things that coaches say to you that matter, and then it happens, and you remember it. Marvin Lewis used to always tell us, don't reach the ball for a touchdown unless it's fourth down. Never reach for a touchdown unless it's fourth down.
Did he have like an
It was second down.
On the inch yard line?
Never reach.
The fucker reached straight up in the air.
Never reach the ball unless it's fourth down. Because if it's second down and you reach and they knock it out, they could possibly recover it. If it's third down and you reach, they can knock it out. They can possibly. If it's fourth down, even if you get stopped, it's their ball. So go ahead and reach it. Never reach the ball unless it's fourth down. That's very simple. See, you didn't have a good as coach as I had with Marvin Lewis.
Man.
So that's what I'm saying. And I remember that.
Listen,
Hey,
listen, it's some steak knives back there, right?
And you know what's
Just
funny?
go get one and cut that bullshit you talking.
Shut up. Hey, and you know what's funny though? When a coach tells you that, everybody thinks, man, this shit ain't happening.
No, I believe it though.
It's not a big deal. And then when it happens, it's like, it's a coaching point. Now, Harbaugh is saying that wasn't the play call. The play call was for Hundley to get low and everybody was to push him. He went to jump on his own.
What a fucking dick.
So he jumped on his
throw
own
the kid under the bus.
where everybody else is pushing. And that's why J.K. Dobbins said what he said. If Lamar was playing, we would have won. I should be the one to get the ball. I just felt that game was closer than it should have been considering Lamar wasn't playing and the Bengals had just played them last week.
But it's Bengals-Ravens though.
Divisional games are tough.
The Ravens have slowly reconstructed a good defense again.
They've always been.
I mean, but when they was getting a little older with T. Sizzle and Ray Lewis, but then they went and got Roquan. And
it's really crazy how they're just, them and the Steelers, they don't do anything, they're going to play defense.
Well, y'all going to play defense because in y'all division, fucking half of y'all games that y'all play against each other are going to be fucking freezing.
It was cold out there. Now, once the Bengals lost the left tackle, Jonah Williams, Jackson Carman comes in. They're already missing their entire right side. I believe that played a part in it. But if Tyler Huntley doesn't reach that ball, what kind of game do we have?
If was a fifth.
I'm just saying, they're on
everybody in this studio would be drunk.
They're on the 1 yard line. They're on the 1 yard line.
I'm more impressed with Hubbard, though. Just the fact that big dudes usually run out of gas.
It was impressive. And what I will say also that wasn't smart is I'm rooting for the Bengals. That technically was a block in the back.
You crucify all the coaches, but you're not going to crucify this motherfucker Harbaugh for running out the clock.
I'll be honest. I didn't think that was a bad decision with Harbaugh. I thought, run out the clock.
And then he runs a draw, and he's like, it's almost like he was looking at his play sheet like, what's that guy's name, Greg Roman? He was like, oh, I'm going to fucking fool him with this one. This is the thing. A draw?
The Bengals had 2 timeouts. If the Ravens score and it's 30 seconds left, they're going down the field to kick a field goal. Okay. And so I didn't mind Harbaugh trying to score and give the Bengals less than 10 seconds on the clock. I didn't mind that at all.
Oh, but all you do is score a touchdown to play defense.
This is what happened. They were in a good position. I believe they're at the 12-yard line.
They didn't get that deep.
Yeah, they did.
Fuck no.
Yeah, they did. Then they got that holding penalty.
It wasn't that deep.
They ran the ball and got a holding penalty.
It wasn't that deep.
14-yard line. They were inside the 20.
So let the statisticians pull it up.
And they got the holding penalty, and that dropped them, that gave them that 10-yard penalty and pushed them back. That's where it was like, at that point, I believe it was 33 seconds left in the clock. But if you're 33 seconds inside the 20, that's more than enough time.
Where were we at on that?
They got to the 17.
Yeah, exactly. Like I fucking.
And they got 10-yard penalty, back them up to 27.
Yeah.
So if you're inside the 20 with 30-something seconds left, you're thinking 5 or 6 plays.
You know, I'm
That's enough.
gonna end this and say survive in advance.
The Bengals
Who
they didn't play well. Yeah.
Who they say they go?
Now it's a.
They owe I'm not gonna say this, but I'm gonna say it. They owe the Bills an ass whooping.
And this is the thing, though. And this is where
They do.
when we talked about this last week, all these rules that the NFL changed was against the Bengals and benefited everybody else. The Bengals would have lost to the Ravens in the last game of the regular season. It would have been a coin flip, even though they're divisional champs. Make that make sense. They were beating the Bills 7-3 with the ball, about to go score again. They win that game. This game is in Cincinnati, not in Buffalo.
And you back out there, baby.
And I'm back out there. So now, why isn't this a coin flip? Why isn't this a coin
They
flip?
are gonna have a coin flip.
No.
To see who gets the fucking ball first.
Right. So if you were going to coin flip the Ravens and Bengals, even though the Bengals would have been a divisional, why isn't this a coin flip?
I don't know.
If it's good for you, why can't it be good for me?
You heard the saying though, right? It's cool when they do it, but it's a problem when I do it.
So you know what you say?
What?
What'd you say?
It's cool when they do it.
Lock 'em.
You crazy, man. I don't know. I don't really know how to.
I don't understand that.
If anybody should be playing at a neutral site, it should be these two teams.
Yeah, because of what happened, and the Bengals had won that game. They get home field. I don't understand that. It just goes to show you the league doesn't care for the Bengals. Because
I ain't
everything.
gonna fucking go that far now.
Why? Huh? You ain't got to tell me.
They probably don't because fucking Paul Brown, Mike Brown be fucking going to everybody else's pocket trying to get his revenue share.
Listen, you
wouldn't care for somebody that's in your fucking pocket.
Hey.
He like a baby mama.
They may say
come
they
around
care
every
for
first
you,
of the month.
But they showing you that they were going to coin flip and you would have been a divisional champ. You would have had to play in Baltimore.
Hey, I'm going to tell you something.
But they not going to coin
The
flip
Bengals
this one.
don't care. No, Joe Burrow don't give no fuck about that.
But I do like our chances this game. I need to. Hopefully Jonah Williams come back. They say he dislocated his knee.
He ain't coming back.
Hold up. He dislocated his knee earlier this year. Didn't miss a game.
Yeah,
So
now it's even looser.
So it's a possibility. Maybe Kappa. No, the right guard is it Kappa?
Let me see this.
Yes, Kappa. I think he'll come back this week. So we'll get some starters back. The Bills play a lot of single high defense. You can't play the Bengals that way. Josh Allen was real loose and free with the ball. You can't do that against the Bengals. Defensively,
I just feel like the last two games, the Bills is trending. The last 3 games of the season, the Bills are trending in the wrong direction. The Bengals are they believe.
It's gonna
Joe
be.
Burrow is really, really fucking good.
Yeah, he is. Now, if you're Lamar Jackson, would you have played?
No.
Me neither. Me neither. And you say what you want to say, because I was told that the Ravens, felt he was healthy enough to play.
Sure.
I mean, I tore my PCI. I missed 3 weeks. It was in the off season. So,
but I mean, he doesn't have security. You dicked him around all year.
Right.
And you built a whole offense around him. And
if I'm Lamar Jackson, I don't care who it is, player, coach, I'm not playing if I don't have a contract.
His usage is really, really high.
I'm not playing. And so they can't be mad at him for not playing. Like, I'm not playing as much as I want to play. I'm sure he wanted to play. But if I don't have this contract, I'm not playing. Say what you want to say. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
He made the right decision, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely he made it. And the Ravens can be mad. But, we really want you. You can say it all you want. The contract gonna show me. And they said, we offered him the second most guaranteed money in the history
But I
of
got
the
a
league.
problem with that, though. I got a problem with teams coming out and when it don't go their way, saying what they offer.
need to sway the public on their side. So Deshaun Watson got $230 million. The second closest, I believe, was Kyler Murray at $160. Russell Wilson is somewhere around there. So they offered him between $230 and that. So it was,
I ain't getting that man money. I mean, his usage is extremely high.
and that's why you can't take last quarterback to play when his knee wasn't all right.
RG3.
And he was never the same since. How much was it?
No, you're right.
160?
189.
189. So between 189 and 230, they offer Lamar guaranteed money more than 189, less than 230.
Russ 160.
Yeah, but is that injury skill cap or just with injury?
It's guaranteed.
No, it's not always. Sometimes it's guaranteed for injury.
So, but when you do your
What's
research
the
with
true
the Ravens,
guarantee?
it's kind of crazy.
The most actual guarantee is
Deshaun Watson.
and then it's Aaron Rodgers with the 150 because that's fully guaranteed.
Aaron's at 150 on this.
Fully guaranteed.
And you know what's crazy? People talk about, they don't give out guaranteed contracts. Aaron Rodgers technically has one. Deshaun Watson has one. But you know who was the first with that?
Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins.
Oh, Kinfolk Kirk.
Kirk Cousins hit him with that 3-year contract, fully guaranteed. Why didn't anybody make a big deal about that? When he got a 3-year, fully guaranteed contract, why didn't nobody make a big deal about that? But as soon as Deshaun Watson got his, it was a big deal. What's to me a guarantee? Fully guaranteed is a fully guaranteed.
How did he get there?
I'm just saying.
How did he get there?
I don't care how you got there.
Oh God. Let's go.
Plane, train, or
Giants,
automobile. I don't care how you got there.
Vikings.
But he got there. Giants or Vikings, I thought the Giants would win, and I was right. The Vikings had too many one-possession, close games, come from behind wins all season. And this one came back to bite them in the ass. They couldn't do it. It was too many games to try to come from behind and win. And they weren't even really behind by a ton. But this game here, it's really crazy. They were much better this year on offense. Much better. Yes.
Yeah, because they went back to what Kirk does well.
Last year,
because Zimmer was stubborn.
But last year they were really good on defense, sucked on offense.
They lost players.
I mean,
didn't they?
They got better.
They were good on defense this year, weren't they?
No, they weren't that good. Danielle Hunter didn't play much last year. He played.
Yeah.
You didn't have Z Smith last year. He come from Green Bay. You're actually a better team this year. On paper. Yeah. And so I wasn't surprised. I thought the Giants
do we need to take
would beat them.
Because I feel like we could take a nice 2-minute break to get some technical difficulties so your boy could get some water and drain his bladder. Damn, Dad. You want me to pee in here too?
So, that did not surprise me that
I gotta pee, man.
The Vikings lost. Now, if you the Vikings,
what do I do to get better?
That fourth down call, let's talk about that fourth down call. It's 4th and 8. And they throw an out route to Hockenson. He's at like 4 yards. You're going to break tackles in this. And then Kirk Cousins says, I didn't really like throwing that ball to Justin Jefferson. Man, the game on the line, you go your best player. Simple. He don't make the play. Because he did show, was that the Green Bay game? What game?
Buffalo when he threw that.
The Buffalo. He did show, like, I actually will make a play when you shouldn't come my way. Like, and if you look at that play, Justin Jefferson was open for a first down.
It was a mental lapse, though.
He catches that ball for a first down if you look at that.
Mental lapse.
Like, how do you not go to your best player? How do you not?
It's called a robot.
Like,
a robot.
Throw the ball to your best player. But, like Daniel Jones.
Danny Dimes.
He turning the corner, bruh.
I know, he couldn't play dead in the water with fish with Jason Garrett. Now.
He is turning, he looked good.
Dabo a hell of a coach, man.
Now, if you're, Dabo is one of the best coaches in the league, it's no question. If you're the Giants, Daniel Jones is a free agent. They didn't pick up his 5th-year option. What you give him per year?
Franchise.
What you give him per year?
Franchise.
You need to see another year of it?
Yes.
What would you offer him, though? If you didn't want a franchise on a per-year basis?
About $35 million.
$35 million? What you offer Geno Smith?
Between 30 and about 30 million.
Okay, so
but I've changed my take on Geno. We don't talk about it.
Okay, let's Seahawks 49ers. Man, the Niners look good as fuck. Purdy balling.
And that motherfucker, Debo Samuel, is he a receiver? Is he a kick returner? Is he a
football
player?
He's a football player.
Bro, him and Kittle, they break the most tackles I've ever seen.
They do break.
These are two dudes that don't run out of bounds. They punish you.
They break a lot of tackles, both of them.
Don't worry, though.
Now, is it?
Don't worry.
What, it's coming to an end?
How about them Cowboys?
So do you remember you were sitting there, and I probably was like about right here.
No, I don't.
and you said to me, hey, bet any money they don't win 2 playoff games.
Yeah.
You still want that bet?
Yeah.
You want that bet?
Yes.
Niners Cowboys?
I want a $500 bet, and then I want a 200 push-up bet, which means I can get push-ups on demand.
Not 200.
Not 200. I can get them in 10 increments. So we could be on set, and I could be like, hey, let me
50.
No, I can't do 50, bro.
On call.
Fucking dad. I can't do 50 push-ups.
Yeah, you can.
Maybe, but that shit might throw my shot. I got 2 ACs.
So how many push-ups?
15 on call.
All right.
200 of them. And a $500 bet. Give me my points, though.
You got 4 points.
Yeah. Now give me my theme music.
Now, if the line change, the line change.
Yeah, the line change. I'm locked in.
All right. This easy money, y'all. I'm not gonna lie though. I believe this 49ers Cowboys game is gonna be really competitive. I like the way the Cowboys played. Now, can Dak
Let's
play that
rewind
way
though.
again?
That Seahawks 49ers game was a lot closer than it indicated because it got out of hand.
It was when Geno fumbled, man.
Yeah, but it really, the fumble was bad, but what about the fucking retarded lineman? The guy runs all, it's empty, and they run all sticks, and the fucking lineman is going to block?
He did that like 2 or 3 times.
But who was he going to block?
I don't know.
Golly.
I don't know. It's almost as if he thought it was a run play. I don't know what he was thinking.
At empty. Makes sense.
I mean, I will say
Sounds
this.
about right.
It was a really good game, and actually it was it 23-17, and the Seahawks were in field goal range, and then Geno
They're about
fumbled.
to score.
At worst, it's going to be 23-20.
No, it was about to be
23.
3rd and 2, and then they got a.
But Seahawks, they have 5th pick of the draft. They'll
Yeah.
re-sign Geno. I'm giving Geno 3 years, $100 million, 4 years, $120. That's what I'm giving him. He's shown he can get it done. Draft, hopefully that D tackle from Georgia, Jalen Carter with the 5th pick. He may be gone by that pick.
No.
Yes.
No.
What you doing?
I need a quarterback.
Oh my God, this dude.
You only giving Geno a 3-year contract, and then you still don't want to draft a quarterback.
Yes. Why? I don't want to draft a quarterback and have him sit.
You're not going to get the number 5
If I
pick.
draft a quarterback, I'm not re-signing Geno.
When are you going to get the number 5
look,
pick again, though? That pick don't come around often.
Geno is 32, so if Geno is as good as they think
So
he is,
give him
Geno
a 5-year contract then.
But you want to make sure, so you're going to go 3-4 max. If Geno is what you think he is, Geno going to give you a good 5 years.
Man, let's not nobody.
You're not worried about.
You're talking about coaches and GMs getting fucking fired. Now you want to play Monopoly.
Pete Carroll's not getting fired. He's shown.
I mean, we don't know
that
what's going to happen when Paul Allen's sister sells the team.
Pete Carroll ain't getting fired.
Bro.
Because
Pete Carroll ain't. John Snyder's going to draft a quarterback if he's smart.
Nah.
Bro, they drafted Aaron Rodgers when he was in Green Bay. They drafted Aaron Rodgers when they had Brett Favre at his prime.
They won't draft a quarterback. You want to bet?
No, I'm not betting you with the Seahawks. You got some kind of inside info with them.
I have no information. None of
Bro,
that.
they called him fucking Fugazi.
I don't have none of that. But this Cowboys
Team barely beat the fucking Rams, and I had the audacity to think they was going to be in the game with the 49ers.
They were in the game too. Division, they beat. It's hard to beat a team 3 times. So we're gonna get into the matchups after that. Last playoff game, the Dolphins and the Bills.
Bro, I feel like this fucking team plays every week. Every week we talking about the Dolphins and the Bills and Tua.
Bro, I was shocked at how close that game was, bro. Like, I was shocked. That was an extremely... Now, Josh Allen turned the ball over, let him back into the game. If
I say something
Jalen
positive.
Waddle and Tyreek Hill play their best game and catch those balls,
I say something
it's
positive.
a different game.
Something positive came out of that game, that Bills game. They got back to doing what they did to get them to the AFC Championship.
And that is?
Cole Beasley. The impact that Cole Beasley, a guy that wasn't even on your team, and they chose to move forward, and they was gonna go with McKenzie and Gabe Davis, and to go get this dude off his couch, out of his studio, because Bees make
rapper.
And then just the impact that he had, those 2 drives were, and fuck, the Bengals gonna have to deal with that.
This game is gonna be interesting. It looks like both defenses are gonna have a hard time stopping each other. But I'll say this: if Tua plays, I think we get a different outcome. If Tua's playing for the Dolphins, I believe we have. And it's what's the future for Tua? If my name is Tua, I'm playing next year. Like, you gotta retire. I ain't fucking retiring.
I gotta go.
I'm not retiring.
I need to
I'm playing football.
I need to trust the professionals.
I'm the professional in this. This is my life. I'm
But what
playing
if
football.
But what if he got a headache at often?
Oh, then I just have a headache. I'll deal with it. I'm playing football. I'm playing football.
I disagree. But we're gonna agree to disagree.
We both have played a long time. I'm playing football. My head ain't this big for no reason. I guess I'm able to hit the ground and be all right. I don't know. I'm playing football.
Dolphins have issues getting plays off on time. Is it on Mike McDay or Skyler? Skyler.
I mean, it could be.
Bro, the fucking thing in your ear goes off at 10 seconds.
15.
Exactly. They can't even talk after that. So who is it on?
Now, are they giving it to him at 15 and he's relaying it back? I don't know.
You should know that shit like the back of your hand.
But to me, when you're dealing with a quarterback that does not have the experience, like Skylar Thompson, you got to get that playing right now.
How many times have you heard a quarterback at the line saying, hurry, hurry?
Yeah.
This fucking guy just getting delay a game.
And,
fuck it. Here, you want 5 yards?
Or NASCAR. NASCAR is hurry up. Like NASCAR is first down. Let's go.
Yeah.
So whatever that word is, but you know you're dealing with a quarterback that doesn't have a lot of experience. Let's try to make it as easy as possible. So I'm going to try to get you this play call at 27 seconds, 25 seconds, 22 at
you see
the
how
worst.
big them sheets are?
But that's why you're the play caller. You got to be a step ahead. Okay, if we get this many yards, I'm calling this. If we get this, I'm calling that. You got to have 2 or 3 plays ready to go.
Head coach,
Bow.
he manages the timeouts, to everything.
To me, it can't be on Skylar Thompson when he's walking out of the huddle and it's 10 seconds or less on the clock. He need to be walking out of the huddle with 16, 17 seconds left.
So you just want to be like a college. Everybody just light up there and look to the fucking sideline. Like a bunch of fucking
You need
morons.
to make it as easy as possible for this guy.
I guess.
You know that. Make it easy for him.
He get paid too, and we drafted you.
Yeah.
So
Make it
I
easy
need
for
to
him.
know, can you get the job done or not?
They weren't winning that game regardless. If Tua's playing, the way that game was, the way that defense played, it's a different outcome. And that outcome, I believe the Dolphins would have won.
I don't know, man. I don't think they should have won the first time when Dorsey threw that fit in the butt pun and all that other stuff, but that's neither here nor there.
That was, to me, I was surprised, man. Like, the way the Dolphins kept that close, I was like, whoa. Like, that was Skylar Thompson, Jalen Waddle was dropping. Like, they were dropping so many balls that.
So some days it's just not your day, though, you know?
Right. And is it good that Buffalo won a game?
It is, but it's like, you play in the league long enough, some days it's just not your day. But Buffalo ain't walking out of that game thinking, oh shit, we on fire. They found some things, but now they're thinking, they're looking at that tape of the first 3 series, and they thinking, the Bengals is coming.
Let's go, let's talk playoffs. We got 10 minutes left, because we're going to talk about that Usain Bolt
8 minutes until my bladder explodes.
So,
I'm complaining to HR.
Jags and Chiefs. Chiefs are favored by 8.5. They played in week 10. The Chiefs won a pretty tight game, 27-10. 27-17, 10-point victory.
The Jags used all their energy to come back from 27-0. I'm going to predict that they about to get the doors blown off their shit.
Really?
Yes.
So I'm going to say, I'm going to take the Jags.
Okay.
With the 8.5. I believe the Chiefs will win, but I believe the Jags are going to cover. Defensively, they're better than people give them credit for. Trevor Lawrence, there's one thing that concerns me. Playing in Kansas City is tough.
They still got the steel bleachers.
It's so loud.
Yeah.
It's so loud that offensive line and that offense, they're going to get a couple of false starts.
But if you stay ahead of the chain, then you keep the crowd out of it. But that's going to be hard.
Bro, Etienne, he nice.
That
little dude so damn fast and explosive.
What the young kids say, he like that.
He like that. He nice.
I never thought I'd be said what the young kids say.
I like the Chiefs to win, but I like the Jags to cover with the 8.5. Now, they play Saturday, and as we said earlier,
man, nobody want to hear that shit.
Trevor Lawrence, Sunshine, he undefeated on a Saturday.
Nobody want to hear that shit.
So I'm taking the Jags. So either way, I'm coming out on top if they win. I'm taking the Jags.
To win?
No, the cover, 8.5.
Okay. Oh, my bad, sorry. My apologies.
The other Saturday game
OG
is your division. Giants and Eagles. Giants and Eagles.
The
Eagles are favored by 7.5. But first game they played this year, Eagles won 48-22. Second game they played, a little closer, 22-16 last game of the season.
Oh, and they didn't play nobody. Okay, yeah.
So
Eagles by the 7.5.
you like the Eagles?
Yeah, I mean, I think Jalen Hurts is healthy. Just the firepower that they got on the outside. A.J. Brown is fucking real deal. Skinny, what they call him, is the real deal. And I think, defensively, when they get you, you can't get behind the chains on them. They coming. They got like 6 people with over 8 sacks.
Yeah, I like the Eagles, man. That defensive front, I mean, they backups are starters. So when they rotate guys in, they rotating guys that have been career starters.
I'm getting antsy now. Come on.
I like the Eagles. I like Jalen Hurts. I believe he's healthy because then you had last week off. This week to kind of get a little healthier if you aren't healthy. I like the Eagles to cover 7.5, win this game, go to the NFC Championship. Now, on Sunday, Bills, Bengals. The Bengals are getting 4.5. The Bills are favored by 4.5. It's kind of, I thought that would be closer to that.
I mean, my heart says to go with the Bengals, but I would not be surprised if the Bills win because I don't know what. Am I going to get the Josh Allen that was week 1 in the NFL that played against the Rams, or am I going to get the guy that fumbled trying to get the ball out the end zone?
So who you taking?
Versus the Vikings. I mean, I'm gonna go against myself right here. I'm thinking negative. Take the Bills.
I'm taking the Bengals. I mean, what y'all expect? I'm getting 4. Anytime you don't know what to do, you take points.
This motherfucker.
If you're confused on who to pick,
he gets one fucking FanDuel deal, and
take
now he
the
knows
points.
he's fucking professional. Now he's fucking Mattress Mac.
Hey, but I'm good with. I don't gamble.
All right, Mattress Mac.
I will say this: I don't gamble because I have too many kids. I don't gamble. But if I did, I'm really good with this bet, like picking game shit.
Okay,
but if I gambled, I couldn't watch a game in peace. So that's why I don't. But I'm good at picking these goddamn games. I'm taking the Bengals. I'm probably gonna go 4-0 this week. Nightcap them. The Niners and your Cowboys.
I'm taking the Fighting Jerry Joneses.
Who are you taking?
The Fighting Jerry Joneses.
So you taking the Cowboys. I'm rolling with the Niners. I ain't gonna lie. I think this is gonna be a really tight, contested game.
I'm about to put that fucking group chat on silent during that game.
Oh, if the Niners is winning, they're gonna be
I'm gonna leave though. I just found out you could leave.
I like this pass rush that the Cowboys have. I will say that. Now, you're not taking it. Nobody is doing anything on Trent Williams' side. So now it's
how you just what?
Trent Williams is giving
Take
up
the
nothing.
what and lead the what?
Okay, when they put what number Micah wear?
11.
When they put them sticks, because that Stick City on that left side, the offensive left, he ain't doing nothing on Trent Williams.
All right.
He's not doing anything.
Listen, we don't have to go back and forth because
Now,
it's gonna happen. It's real.
This is the thing that does concern me. As good as Purdy has been, this pass rush is something he's never seen before.
This is the best defense
He's
Purdy
not
played.
outrunning Micah Parsons. You start scrambling Micah Parsons, you getting your ass caught, and it may be a fumble.
This is the best defense Purdy played.
This is the best defensive front
No, this is the best defense.
he's gone against.
Who's the best defense he played?
I don't know. Now, is J-Ron Curse? Does that injury bother you to
It
match
does.
up with Kittle?
I mean, it's just he's so versatile. He's their nickel right now. They're already missing the starting nickel, J. Lou. They're missing Anthony Brown. But I think this is what it comes down to. Somebody got to step up. And I think if Purdy
If
beats
I wasn't betting you, I probably would take the Cowboys.
if
I ain't
fucking
gonna lie.
Purdy beats me, then I get on back to playing and I go to Dallas-Fort Worth and I clean my locker out over there in Frisco. And
I would not be shocked if the Cowboys won this game. Like, just because the Niners are giving up 4 points, if I wasn't betting you, I would take the Cowboys.
we don't got to bet.
But I want to take more money, your money. You heard the key word more.
Disrespectful.
Purdy has played well.
This is bullying.
But I need to see what happens when that pass rush is on his ass. I need to see what happens when it's not easy. I want to see what's going to happen when things aren't just going your way.
All right, well, tune in Sunday night.
And so I expect a good game. It's going to be one up front. If the Niners can block that D-line or the Cowboys, that's what we're not talking about. Can that Cowboys offensive line block that front from the Niners?
Joey Bosa
Specifically
something
Bosa.
different.
Nick Bosa.
I mean, Nick Bosa, sorry.
Nick Bosa.
I mean, I just think, they play really aggressive. They're downhill. I think the Cowboys are going to have to counter that with some trap plays.
And you know what we didn't discuss?
What?
Man, these refs, man, y'all better not blow these fucking games, man. Stop
Bro, why are you so angry?
Nah, you don't.
I'm practicing to become a better person.
We as players work so hard to just get to this point. The coaches put in way too much time, unnecessary time, but they do it. And to have a referee and official make a call that can change the course of the game, come on, man.
Okay, but what call are we referring to?
What call?
The Joey Bosa?
You can go.
He threw a fucking temper tantrum and slammed his helmet like a fucking 5-year-old.
I've done that before.
Bro, you could have slammed that motherfucker when you get into white. They can't do nothing to you.
Exactly what Bosa did. I did that.
But why did he do it right over there?
I did that again.
Why did he do it over there, though? Why not just get off?
Frustration. Some people play with passion and it means something to them. I never forget it. We were playing the Baltimore Ravens. I felt like it was 4th down. I felt like the DB held me and I looked at the ref and he did me like this. I took my helmet off and I threw that shit right at him.
Did you do it 2 times in a row?
It landed right here and all my shit bounced up, hit him, and I got a penalty.
Did you do it 2 times in a row?
No. I couldn't. I didn't have nothing in the helmet to slam. And I got a penalty. And it was like, when you care so much, should you control your emotions? Yeah.
He was mad because they lost that fucking 27-point lead.
Don't interject in the game. Let the players decide the game. If it's holding, call it. If it's PI, call it.
Hey, if we got any fans,
if we got any fans
if we got any fans that's lawyers, reach out to me. I got labor rights. I've not been allowed to use the restroom. Fucking bladders.
Hey, hold up. Let's go back to this real quick. Y'all watching the Bengals-Ravens game, right? And they call roughing the kicker, right? Was it not roughing the kicker again, back to back, and he didn't call it?
I think he hit the plant leg second time.
All I'm saying, it looked like a penalty. If it's a penalty, call it. If it's not, don't call it. Now, we out of time, but we gonna go.
Bro, no, we're fucking not.
This 45 seconds. Bro, what's your thoughts on?
I mean, that's an unfortunate situation.
This is supposedly, and this is hearsay.
CJ.
We don't know if this is true. So fill you guys in. Supposedly Usain Bolt invested $10 million. Somebody stole all his money. He has $2,000 left.
In that account. I mean, that's an unfortunate situation. And, I've always been taught you never get too big to sign your own checks. Hopefully this works out.
Know where your money is at. And I'm going to just say this. Whoever manages my money, if you ever do this, bye-bye. Right-handed guy.
Man.
If you ever do something like this with my money, I got 4 kids, I come from nothing.
Hey, now we're making death threats. This is not what we're about.
That's not a threat. That's a sincere promise.
Fubo Network.
Sincere promise.
Airing it out. Myself.
Players, know where your money at, who's managing it. You sign your own checks, no power of attorney. TJ. But if you ever do that to me, hey, we'll be back next week. We appreciate y'all joining us, airing it out. He can take his recess now. Fubo Sports Network, man. We'll be back next week.
No.